Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. I'm glad you found me on one of my 7 Facebook pages or my one YouTube page. All 8 of them connect me to this room where I broadcast you live around the world on the application called StreamYard. Now, my layout is this. I'm here to help you with your case with CPS. Most of you are struggling financially and can't afford a real attorney. Now, I put a disclaimer below that I'm not an attorney, but I feel that I have a lot to share with you all because I too was a victim of CPS. I've been fighting them for 25 years. About 15 years ago, they trafficked my children or kidnapped my children, which is illegal, but they got away with it. And because of my financial straits, I was unable to hire a real attorney till I sold my home when I had to do my quick sell, my forever home. Anyway, there are a lot of you that come in here that request my assistance, and I try to help you as best I can. Now, I want to welcome Justin John. Good morning, Justin John. Now, you can't hear me. I know that my voice is going on. I see it at the top bar, so I know my voice is working. But because you're in church, you probably have it turned down. Well, thank you, Justin John. Now, I believe Justin John is Tony the Tiger from Ostenago, New York, Cassandra. Welcome again, Justin John. Uh, Cassandra, Tony the Tiger, who's had a terrible case involving her 14-year-old son. And a lot of family members have turned bad against her. But I'm here to help you with lots of ways. One of the things you can do right now is that you can send me a message. And the message is short and simple. Text me something about CPS, either in a question format or a comment format. Give me your name and your location. And if you're outside of the United States, you're more than welcome. I have a total of 26 countries, including the United States, that have talked to me or text on me about their CPS problem. Now, what identifies CPS is I call the Child Protection System. It's found in every county in every state in the United States. It's also found worldwide in every city. But there are various names of it, like in California, in the county that I was involved in, Orange County, it's Child Protection Services. Next door to LA County, it's called the Department of Children, Family, and Services. In Prescott, Arizona, it's called Department of Children's Services. In Richmond, Kentucky, it's called the Cabinet. Whatever the names are, they all deal with the same thing. In 1962, a mandate was presented that we protect our children from neglect and abuse, and also do what's called family reunification, which they don't seem to do a lot lately. Now, this family reunification should be a way of getting the family back together. That is the purpose of family reunification. One of the parents or both parents take parenting classes or programs to help correct a behavior they have. Now, as we got Cassandra in church, it's nice that you keep in touch, Cassandra. It really is. It's nice that you keep in touch. Her new handle is Justin John V7 V7T. Anyway, that is Tony the Tiger, and they're from Ostanego, New York, and her real name is Cassandra. And I'm glad to see her. She's one of the families in here. And I want to thank the emoji that I have here from Christina Reynosa. Christina Reynosa is from Las Vegas, Nevada. She's a hard worker, and I appreciate all she does. And uh, she's my regular. She's one that comes here all the time. I'm on twice a day, 7 days a week. And that's 14 live streams. I come on Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and the weekends on at 8 a.m., Saturday and Sunday. Then nighttime, I'm on at 7 p.m. every night of the week, 7 p.m. And I'm here twice a day to help you with your questions about your involvement in CPS. It is hard to fight CPS without an attorney. And I know most of you can't afford an attorney. In fact, I've talked to over 3,000 people And of these 3,000 people, the one thing they all have in common is lack of funds. It's not a crime to be low income. It's just hard today in this age, especially where I live, to work with limited income. That's one of the hardest things I can do it. Oh, good. You're working with Felicia. Felicia is from Oxnard, California. She's called Cruella Do a Trick is her handle on Facebook. But it's Felicia. She has three cases, two criminal cases, one for eviction illegally by her stepbrother from her mother's home that she was taking care of her mother, and her mother has been missing for many, many months. The second criminal act is that she was charged with being vagrant, meaning homeless. She was sleeping in a car. So I'm not sure if it's trespass or what, but she has two criminal charges. About a year ago, a year and a half ago, her two babies were taken from her, and they live with her stepdad or a real dad. I'm confused. Yeah, I think it's her real dad, but her real dad's married a woman that doesn't like her. Anyway, she is struggling. She was abused by her husband, and she released that last night, but she's had a miserable time. And of course, her problem is lack of money. I've helped her with getting attorneys, but she can't afford one. And that is the key to success in CPS is you need to have a real attorney because they're the only ones that can really navigate CPS and fight for you. It's like doing open heart surgery. You need a real doctor to do that. You can't have a dishwasher or a mechanic or a cashier do open heart surgery. Just like in CPS, you need a real attorney to help navigate. This attorney needs to be trained in family law, juvenile law, and dependency law. Those are the three laws that CPS operates out of. Now, the fight attorney is a hard thing to do. My rule number one says is that you need to have three attorneys to get quotes from. And, you're trying to determine the price that you can afford to pay for them. Now, I quick sell my forever home, which I think is a mistake because I miss my home. You work hard 45 years and then CPS forces you to do this. They do try to bankroll me. They bankroll me big time. Three of my six children, and I've raised six children, and all six are successful. Three of them were stolen or trafficking and alienated from her dad, her mom, me, and my wife. And I have 43 years of marriage experience, so I have a lot of experience to help. I have a lot of life skills. I've been working for 61 years, and I can share with you a lot of life skills. I started at age 15, and I worked at odds and end jobs all through my life. I had career jobs, jobs that made good money. But unfortunately, I'm like that Peanuts character with the black cloud over my head. It seems like storms always brew above me, or I'm always having a bad luck. And everybody goes through that. I'm not the only one. Good morning, Aaron from Tennessee. It's so happy to see you. Erin has lost two of her children that were terminated. And she has another child that she's fighting to have on. Anyway, she's from Tennessee and she's becoming a regular here. And I'm so glad to see you, Erin. I'm so glad to see you. So we have Erin from Tennessee, Christina Reynoso from Las Vegas, Nevada, who's helping so many people. And we have Justin John, who is Cassandra from New York, who's in church right now, but she did say hi. So it's really special people like you guys that keep me going, that keep me going. Uh, you know, uh, I got a band up here to tell you how they communicate in this room. And it's really simple. All you do is text me a comment, show me your name and where you're located, and I can take it from there. Now, another way that we can have you interact on this live stream is be a guest. I can take up to 9 of you at one time. I have my 14 shows. You just tell them that you want to be a Bob's Sunday morning show or Bob's Friday night show or Wednesday morning show or Monday night show. You pick one day of the week and either morning or night. And use my email. Send it to my email. It's shown in the banner, bpace@vincentwdaves.com. Make sure to include your name, email, and phone number. And then I will send it on to my show producer, Grace. We'll send you a link that will put you on the show. That'll put you on the show, the SteamYard show. That link's good for the whole show, so if you get bounced off, you can repaste it again. The rules are simple to be on the show. We respect one another and talk about CPS, the Child Protection System. We have no profanity, no eating or smoking on the show. We do not use the names of children, social workers, or judges on the show. And you have a full hour to talk with me on the show like I am, and maybe helping out others or helping yourself. So think about being a guest. I'd love to see you. I can take 9 of you. Lastly, I want to put up my phone number. That way you can call me right now if the item is pressing. Let me drink some water here. Oh, boy. Whew. So anyway, I'm here, and you guys can start sending me questions or calling me or sign up to be a guest. Now, if you want legal advice, I have an attorney. His name is Vincent W. Davis. I want to thank him for all he does. And you can call into his office right now if you want to and talk to him. His phone number is 888-888-6582. That's the law office that he works out of. When you call in, you'll get reception. Tell them that Bob Pace sent you. And then ask for Mr. Davis. They'll explain to you what he can do and all the fees that he has. There's also a lot of free information. There's books and guides and publications he has that can help you. He's an excellent attorney. He's been fighting CPS for 40 years. And he is a trial attorney, meaning he can do criminal law. He can do criminal law. Because a lot of times with CPS, criminal law is involved. But you need an attorney that has a background in family law, juvenile law, and dependency law. Those are the 3 areas of CPS that you have to make sure your attorney's in. Now, he works out of Arcadia, and that's in LA County, California, but he'll do any state. If you hire him, he'll come to any state. His fees in LA County, his retainers are approximately $5,000. His hourly fee is $500 an hour. That's approximate. It will all depend on the complexity of your case, the length of your case to get a firm price. But that gives you a ballpark price. And he will fight for you. I mean, after your case is over, he does a civil lawsuit. He's fought CPS, won millions of dollars in both state court and federal court. He's the real deal. He's all boiled into one attorney. Criminal law, family law, dependency law, juvenile law, and civil rights law. Because if your constitutional or civil rights are violated, he will go after him. He's not afraid of CPS. A lot of attorneys are afraid of or they're not knowledgeable. A lot of you may get duped and given money. I was just speaking to a lady the other day that wasted $70,000 on an attorney that did nothing for her. She had the wrong attorney. That's one of the mistakes that people make. It's very important that you find 3 attorneys, and Vincent's one of them, but I can verify for him. It's very important you ask these 2 questions. Question 1, are you licensed and experienced in criminal law, family law, juvenile law, and dependency law, and have won cases against CPS getting children back? If the answer is yes, then you go on to the next question. When your case is over, have you ever filed a lawsuit against CPS in either state court or federal court, and have you won money back? If the answer is yes, then you found a candidate for you to maybe hire. I don't mean you have to hire them, because you got to determine about the chemistry between you and that attorney. So with Vincent Davis, he meets the criteria in the first 2 questions. So all you have to do is call in and set an appointment to see and talk to him and see if you have good chemistry. And he'll go over the fees with you. But he will fight in any state for your case. Now, one thing I also forget a lot of times to tell you is the life skill of getting legal insurance. Just like you have life insurance or medical insurance or car insurance or homeowners insurance, pet insurance, you can get what's called legal insurance that'll protect you by paying for a lawyer. A lawyer's may be expensive, like a DUI case may be a lot of money. You may have to come with $50,000 retainer. So what I'm saying to you is check into legal insurance. A lot of insurance companies sell it. You just have to ask them for legal insurance to pay for fees for a lawyer. That's what you're shopping for. And I found one that for $365 a year will do that. It's like $1 a day. Now, I know you're paid a lot of money for other things, but legal insurance is so important to have, because you're going to be faced with a really crazy entity, the Child Protection System, CPS. They're awful. They really don't protect your interests unless you have a real attorney. Again, a real attorney is the magic to resolving your case. Now, a lot of you say, "Why I can't afford it? I don't have the money to come up with that. I can't come up with $5,000." I hear you. I know $5,000 is a lot of money. What you'll have to do then is, there are actually 3 avenues that you could go on. The first course is to hire the real thing. That involves money. The second is be pro se, meaning you want to fight them yourself. That's real dangerous, because you can end up doing your coffin, nail the lid of your coffin, because you're not going to be able to find attorneys that know all the tricks. And CPS has a lot of money. You're fighting $1 trillion business. That's why CPS does what it does, because it's trillions of dollars. They get in the way of bonuses. Like one thing that a lot of people don't know about, in 1967, President Clinton signed a law, a thing called the Incentive Act. It's basically where if a child is adopted into foster care, they'll get a bonus of $35,000 per child, that particular CPS entity. That's horrible. There should be an attempt to try family reunification, because they found out that the best parents are the biological parents. The best parents are the biological parents. So I cannot emphasize. But if you're going to try to do a pro se where you defend yourself, you're pretty much you're going to have to follow everything. You probably won't understand. The last resort is to use their public defender, which they hope you do because he'll make it worse for you. That's the last resort. But there's four things you can tell the public defender. One, that you're innocent and you do not do the things that the agencies accuse you of. You did not neglect or abuse your children. Two, you need to tell that attorney that's representing you to tell the judge that you will follow what the judge orders you to do. You will follow what the judge orders you to do. Three, you want to ask for as much visitation as you can. It's very important that you see your child as much as you can, even if it's supervised or you have to go on Zoom to see your child. That is most precious to keep in touch with your child. Your child's in a system where they don't tell what they're doing to the mommy and daddy. They try to annihilate the child. Their goal is to kidnap that child and keep them in foster care and get adopted because they get more money that way. The government gives billions of dollars to the state, who in turn gives millions of dollars to the county. And they just get a number and ask for the money. It's free. There's no restrictions. The money just flows. It's one of our wasteful dollars that I know because it isn't going to really to benefit the family, such as family reunification. I'd really love some questions to help you, and it helps me do the show because I can talk about a lot of topics. My background is pretty extensive, and I have a lot to experience and share with you from talking to 3,000 people from around the world in my 25 years of fighting CPS. Uh, I think I need to stand corrected there. 15 years of fighting CPS. It started for me in 2010, and now it's 2025. So it's 15 years of fighting CPS. CPS. I want to stand corrected. Now I'm here as a resource, free to use. I don't charge, and I am provided by Vincent Davis, who's hoping that maybe one of you will take him as a client, and I hope you do because he will win your case. Now, Christina has given me several names of people that are interested in hiring Mr. Davis, and I hope they call the show or call the office at 888-888-6582. Now, so far this morning, we don't have much chatter. We have Aaron from Tennessee, Christina from Nevada, and Justice from New York. They're three of my regular people that call in from time to time. Oh boy. Mm. 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 Uh, uh, okay. Uh, uh, uh,
Yeah.
Now, Christina says, "Thank you, Bob, for all that you do." And Vince here is awesome. Yeah. Well, I appreciate the warm thank you, Christina. I don't pursue hiring him because honestly, you probably don't like talking to me. My case is so huge. I'm overwhelming. I guess my communication skills are not the best. They are, Christina. Your case can be overwhelming, but I would love to help you as best as I can. And I'm one of those people that has a lot of patience and a diligence. I do this live stream twice a day, as you know, for over 2 years. And it helps me to talk about it because I see ways that damage to my daughter. I lost one family member because of CPS. I lost my forever home because of CPS. I can't get hired because of CPS to do a job. I know my age is a part of the problem, but I know that my background involving of CPS has been really hurtful to me. They don't like to hire old people. I mean, we have our president of the United States, and the most, I would say, the most hardest job in the world is be the president of the United States. No matter what you do or say, you're going to be held accountable because the job of being the United States president is you have to be a world leader and you have to establish peace in the world. The United States has risen to be the top military and the top people in the world as far as government goes. We're very democratic. People are allowed to badmouth the president. People are allowed to do anything in this country. And it is a very hard and difficult job. But it's a job that he was elected by the people at the time. He's trying to do his best. And one of the things that affects CPS that he's done to help is create the Department of Government Efficiency. Now, it's another government agency that was created in February, or actually January, by President Trump. And it's supposed to look at all the other government entities and find out what's bad or good and how wasteful money is being spent. And it's truth. There's a lot of wasteful spending going on, a lot of it. And thank you, Christina. But, you know, it is hard this late in life to get to do this show. And I keep hoping that we get more people. Thank you, Mary Shellog. I have no idea where you're from, but thank you for the thumbs up. I have Christina Renosa and Mary Shellog have given me a thumbs up, which is good. I would like to help you with any further questions. No, I've not looked at that bill. Let me see what that bill's about. President Trump signed the Fostering the Future. It's executive order on November 13th, 2025. Well, gee, that was only 5 days ago. Or, well, what's today? Today is the 23rd. So it's 5 days ago. I was right. Which aims to support youth aging out of the foster care system by expanding the educational, career, and housing opportunities through public private partnership. What that means is that when a child becomes 18, they're either continue on in adult services if they are a special needs child, or if they're not a special needs child, they are put out into the public without parents, without a job, without money, and they get absorbed into society. There are a lot of 18-year-olds out there that are struggling, that lost their mom and dad, and they were kicked out of the government system when they turned 18. And they're not special needs. Special needs children are still taken care of by adult protective services. So, this new executive order will give, I guess, more education, more career and housing opportunities, which is so important for an 18-year-old. They may have been taken at age 7 or 8 because life at home was terrible and their parents could not be rehabbed. They may not even finish the high school education. And this is actually a key component of the First Lady Melania Trump's Fostering the Future initiative and focus on creating a more comprehensive support network for these young people transition into adulthood. I'm glad you pointed this out to me, Christina, because I didn't know about this. The goal is to create a more systematic approach to supporting young people transition out of foster care into adulthood. Establishment of an online platform to connect foster youth with resources, increase flexibility for education and training vouchers, facilitate a tax credit scholarship for foster children, encourage public and private partnership to provide jobs, education, and development opportunities. That is excellent. It sounds like a good program. Christina, thank you for pointing it out to me. Thank you for pointing it out to me. Thank you, Christina, for sending me the Facebook link there. There's three of them. I will look at that later after my show. Um, but anyway, Christina, thank you for bringing that to my attention. You're very helpful. And the bill that was signed into law 5 days ago will help out because there's a lot of people, I don't know the numbers, that leave at 18 the resources of CPS and they're not set up or geared up. I don't know what the plans are that CPS does when a child's 17 or 16. If there's no help or future into a child getting rehabbed with his parents, or there's no hope or future that a foster family will adopt that child at that age, they should start initiating while they're still in the hands of CPS some type of an educational plan to either finish up their high school or to go to a college or a trade school to learn something to help them get a job so they can contribute to help them. They should, you know, I know that my kids, there was talk of that early on in CPS with my son. They were trying to tell him that they'll help him learning how to set up a checkbook, how to set up a bank account, how to get your driver's license, how to go to a college. May not be the college they want to, but anyway, there was talk about that. And it's really strange because CPS was so adamant to have my three children be taken permanently away from us as parents. And we weren't the bad parents. Yes, we did argue. We did have issues with each other. But we had a beautiful $2 million home. And we lived close to the beach and we went on travel trips. My children have seen many parts of the world that a lot of children we envious of. They've traveled extensively in the United States. We've done a lot of outings and camping trips. Our family was good. In fact, I think our problem was I spoiled them. They got everything they ever wanted at Christmas. If they wanted a new phone or a new computer, they got it because I was working at a job that could afford it. But having all the money didn't really help where the root of the problem was. And the root of the problem in our case was not that we were neglect with our children or abuse of our children. We as parents had some issues of getting along. And that happens a lot of relationships. And it involves money. Mine started on a downhill spiral in 2010 when I lost my job through no fault of my own. That's the worst nightmare they get. Now, in 2010, I was 60 years old. And at 60, you're supposed to be in a retirement program. But I had made some really gross errors. I invested my retirement in the wrong kind of plan. It was done by employees committee who invested into stock and played the stock market. Well, the stocks lost. I lost half of my retirement at the age of 50, 55, I think it was. Not only that, I was given what's called a predatory loan of my home. I was put in a home that I didn't qualify for, but the lenders wanted to make money, and that was Countrywide. And I did sue the owners of Countrywide, which is Bank of America, and I said, and they only ended up giving me $5,000. That was terrible. That was terrible. Again, I had hired an attorney through Vincent Davis to help me with that. Hello there. Good morning. I'm here. It's Andrea in Chicago. Okay. Welcome, Andrea in Chicago. I'm at church but need advice. Please text me your hours for today. Uh, my hours are easy. I'm on at 7 p.m. tonight, Pacific Standard Time. Tomorrow is Monday, so I'll be on at 10 a.m. in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. It's the same weekdays, 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. And on the weekends, it's 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Yes, Christina was involved in CPS as a youth. She's gone through it all. She was negligence and trafficking being awarded the court. That's terrible, Christina. That's terrible. Every time I learn something new. I just put my hours up because one of you asked for me in the room, the hours. The only problem is that when I type it in, it goes to all the rooms. Now we're getting close to the end of my show. It's 9 o'clock and I do have to end my show. But I want to thank you all for being part of this room. I want to thank Christina Reynosa from Nevada uh, for her continued support and being in my live stream. I'm glad to hear from Andrea in Illinois, from Chicago, Illinois. And she is, I hear you. And so we have her there. And I have a lot to read from Christina Reynosa. Aaron from Tennessee, I want to thank you very much for being here. You're a special person. Justice John is Cassandra, Tony the Tiger from New York. I'm glad to see you, and I'm glad you continue to come here to support the show. I want to thank all of you on this show here. I really do. And I'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm taking my phone number down and putting up the Department of Government Efficiency. It's a new federal government that will help you with your case. You should first try to fight your case at the county level. And if you can't go anywhere with your social worker, try the supervisor. If that doesn't work, try the manager. If that still doesn't work, try the director. And you may have to go with those levels. I did. But be prepared. They are corrupt and they have money and they will fight you. They somehow have this reason to not allow fairness. They don't believe in the word being fair. And they don't believe in family reunification. 50% of them are bad. And I know that from talking to over 3,000 people. That's 26 countries that I've talked to. 26. But don't give up. Remember, your child is very precious to you. Please don't get up. Come in here to my room and ask me the questions you want me to answer, and I will help you. But if that doesn't work for you at the county, then try the state level and talk to the civil rights coordinator. That may work. If that doesn't work, then you can go to the federal government, go to the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. They have a website that would show you all that they're doing. Being offer you a job, a career job, not an hourly job. Their phone number is area code 202, which is the White House area code. And they have an email that you can send your stuff to, doge@mail.house.gov. So I'm going to leave that on, and I'm going to end my show with a video. Please watch the video. God bless you all, and I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the